So welcome, beautiful people. Welcome to all of you. I'm so happy to see you again. And for this occasion, we will be holding a fire ceremony to initiate our new group. So for this occasion, I chose the hummingbird medicine. And as we also speak a lot lately about this awakening of the Homo luminous, this being which is able to live between the opposites and to be harmonic. We'll also mention that a little bit. And we will also touch a little bit of the dark divine feminine as well, which will be a subject for our Shaman Soul School in December month. So I welcome you once more. So this gathering is around this birth of the beauty way, of the new beauty way for us, for all of us together. So this Homo luminous is this awakened human who is walking balanced between the opposites, between the masculine and the feminine, between the shadow and the light, but also action and stillness, even the body and the spirit. So when we think deeper about this beauty way, the spiritual way, so it asks us all to be harmonic. And in the scientific way, well, people have this term, they call it coherence. So this is harmony. So, but more than that, this spiritual path, the beauty way is asking more of us to be truthful, to be devoted, and kind of to be courageous, to love even beyond comfort. So let's begin at the start. So this is the threshold, this dark feminine divine. So she's the womb and she's the soil as well. And she represents the dark, the night, the tide as well. So somebody might think that she's like the punishment, but she is not the punishment. She is purification. And well, she's the one that breaks illusions and also teaches us to compost the falsehood from our lives into this fertility. So her work, the dark feminine divine, is here actually to strip away everything what is what no longer can stay as a part of us, so that we can be revealed like in more of our essence, in more of our truth. So now I got this short poem which I wrote for a few months ago, and this represents a little bit about this depth of the dark feminine. So it goes like this. I come when illusions grow fat. I come when lies root deep. The dark feminine does not knock. She tears open. Do not pray for ease in my presence. Pray for truth. Every cut is mercy. Simplicity survives the fire, and so does devotion. Now rise from ash, live simply, die well, and return to me when the truth is ripe. So this said, guys, let's drop down into our breath a little bit and connect to our heart space all together. So I invite you to touch your heart space, however it feels right for you, prayer pose, or just touch your heart, or imagine that you're centering your space around your heart space. And let's take a few deep breaths together. Now, let's invite the archetypes to our circle. So, the archetype of the South, the Great Serpent, which teaches us to shed what is finished so that we can slide easily out of old skins. From the West, we invite the Jaguar to guard this circle with courage and clarity, and also to let us walk impeccably. From the North, the Hummingbird, to bless us with nectar in storms, to give us joy as stamina, and also sweetness as a survival. From the East, the Condor Eagle, lift our sight to vast horizons and let us see the bigger pattern, the bigger picture. And at the very center, we call in the Kolibri Medicine and the way of the seer. So for today's session, guys, for initiation of our group, we're calling upon this medicine of the hummingbird. So to embody this Kolibri hummingbird medicine is actually to live with this beginner's mind, to feel this inner child within us be playful, and to allow ourselves as adults as well to be connected to this very creative part of ourselves, this child which never dies. So to walk with words and thoughts and actions which are aligned. Also to carry transparency and integrity, which are very important medicinal qualities of the hummingbird. So also to speak the language of imagery and ritual. Also to know the value of stillness. And also to be able to ignite this imagination, the childish imagination, and the fire that burns within us. And also at the very last, to be able to see the truth beneath the appearances, guys. So this is Kolibri medicine at its essence. It's about courage, it's about renewal, joy, fortune. Well, it's also about pure intentions. It's also about mystical sweetness. And all of this together represents, in a way, this nectar of the soul. So, as we invite these blessings in our circle to flow in each and every one of us, we also invite it to flow into the whole circle and into the whole collective of Mother Earth. So, guys, we are going to have this short section around understanding and deeper implementation of the Kolibri as a teacher. So what can Kolibri teach us? How can this tiny bird show us all these qualities so that we can embody them in this lifetime, right now? So Kolibri is a bird very tiny, as we know, and fragile, and it's almost invisible, almost unnoticeable. But she's able to cross mountains and deserts and oceans. So her secret is simple. She goes for the nectar, and she fuels herself on sweetness. So nectar, in a way, represents her stamina, her survival. And then it becomes this representation of the medicine for us as well, for humans. So Kolibri teaches us that joy is not this decoration. Joy is not some kind of a bonus that we receive after the work is done. Joy is a part of us, and joy is actually helping us survive as well. So without joy, our bodies can collapse under weight. Without nectar, our hearts, well, they starve as well. Without this sweetness, our vision kind of gets foggy and it dims as well. And then with joy, with nectar, everything changes. So this is what the hummingbird, the colibri, as I love to say, brings into our ceremony tonight as a medicine. So blessings of the Kolibri medicine are very many. So she brings us this notion of the beginner's mind. So this is to approach the life in a fresh way, to be willing to see again. So without this beginner's mind, even miracles, they kind of grow dull and boring. But with it, every moment kind of becomes alive. And this beginner's mind is connected to her inner child, really. So she brings also integrity and transparency. A hummingbird also, well, it cannot fly carrying all this unnecessary weight. So this reminds us of the shedding as well. And then when we speak about integrity, with one word, we can say integrity is lightness. It's to be light. And then transparency connected to the integrity becomes kind of freedom. So these two, integrity and transparency, are very connected as the medicines of the hummingbird. So then we can ask ourselves a deeper question here. What hidden bargains are we carrying that are weighing down our wings so that we can become more integrified and transparent, so that we can reach this lightness? So the hummingbird also reminds us that the purpose is kind of igniting this stamina so that we can have this strength to hold on to our purpose, so that our fire is not burning out too quickly. So with this purpose, then this inner fire becomes our fuel. So what does the hummingbird bring as well to us? Well, she brings the soft eyes of the heart. So hummingbird is hovering with this gentleness as well, and is sipping from these flowers with delicacy. And this soft heart, when we speak about it, well, this is far from weakness. It's kind of this magnetic field that we create, which in a way presents ourselves to the world, that we are visible, that we can see as well, and that we are safe. So in that perspective, she's bringing this clarity of vision. And this is not ordinary sight. We know what is to be a seer. So this is the capacity to sense, well, the truth that is beneath the appearances, to see patterns and to read reality as it is. And we know this also through the seers, right? From the Monarchy rites, all of us. So these blessings, guys, they're not abstract. So this evening, in this initiation, we will be calling upon these medicinal blessings from the hummingbird, this nectar of the soul, to enter our field so that we can embody these, so that they can become a firm part of our field, our being. And one other last teaching that Kolibri is reminding us of, that this nectar is not only for us, it's for everybody, it's for all of us. So in that way, when we drink the nectar, well, everybody gets nourished around us. And when one of our hearts stays soft, well, then the whole field around us becomes soft. Then when we carry joy, well, others remember also that joy is possible. So in this way, the colibri, the hummingbird, is teaching us this collective resilience. And we know that alone a hummingbird is very small, but together thousands of these hummingbirds, and there's this myth, once they've been carrying droplets of nectar in their beaks to quench this a raging mountain fire. This is a Kero myth. So it tells us the truth. When this sweetness is shared, well, then the impossible becomes possible. That's beautiful. So this ceremony, this initiation, we will be receiving this nectar and these medicinal qualities of the hummingbird, not only for ourselves, but for each other, and also for our families, for our ancestors, and for the whole collective, for our local communities as well. So let's then remember, joy is not a distraction from the work. Joy is the work, and joy is what makes the work survivable. So we can ask ourselves here at the end of this section to reflect, where in our lives have we been trying to endure without nectar? It's a very important question to ask ourselves. So guys, in this part of the initiation, we are going to initiate our fire ceremony. So I hope that you got your candles and your sticks ready and a little bit of bowl of water or a glass of water. So let's prepare ourselves for this beautiful fire ceremony, and we are going to blow both a death arrow and a life arrow on this initiation. So guys, take a hold of your death arrow first. And let's then say that first let's call upon one false nectar that we have been feeding ourselves, and one old story or one belief that keeps us small. Let's call this an outdated belief. Let's call upon some of these aspects of us that needs to be cherished and nourished by nectar, by the hummingbird medicine. So outdated beliefs, even, well, let's say emotional depths or hidden guilt, or even resentment, if we carry some resentment. And let's blow that into this death arrow altogether. Let's release this outdated energy, but no longer serves, so that there's place for nectar. So guys, now you can turn your stick around or use another stick or a piece of paper, and that one is going to represent the life arrow. So let's now imagine deeply and call upon this. Firstly, call upon this gratitude to be alive, to be able to breathe. Let's call that feeling in our field. Let's call that sensation of gratitude into our heart space firstly. So now, guys, this represents the life arrow. Let's call upon these beautiful medicines of the hummingbird into our life arrow. So let's call upon joy, our inner song, the presence, and let's call upon all of our prayers and hopes. Let's blow that into this stick and call upon these medicinal energies into our field. Now, guys, There's this collective offering. Let's remember maybe a name of one person or a place or a community which is in need. And let's share this medicine with those in need. Let's also call upon this very large flock of hummingbirds to enter this collective field, to quench these fires of injustice in the world. And let's blow that intention into our life arrow, guys. Okay, guys, whenever you're ready, you can bring that stick to the flame. Be careful. Both the death and the life arrow should be ignited so that we release these energies into the field, so that our prayers be heard. Be careful, guys, and hopefully you got a glass of water or a bowl of water beside you when you're ready burning the stick. Just drop it in the water. Give it good time. Beautiful. Thank you, guys, so far. So let's now feed these three centers, which we as fire shamans use very much. So these are the three inner fires of the homoluminous: the Lankai, the Munai, and the Yachai. So we can say that these three centers are not just centers, they're kind of like these altars of the spirit. And when they're aligned and burning together, well, we become coherent, harmonic, whole, luminous, we can say. So guys, let's pass our hands gently over the flame and connect to Lankai, to our sacral chakra. So place our hand on our belly and act in alignment with this medicine, allowing the hummingbird's blessings to enter this power point, the Lankai, infusing us with integrity and discipline. And she's also teaching us to treat our body lightly, to shed unnecessary weight, to act with clarity. And also she blesses us with strength, the strength to act consistently. And she also blesses our sexuality, to be honored as this fire that creates life. Guys, let's pass our hands over the flame once more and connect to our heart space, to Munai. So let's allow Kolibri's blessings to pour in here in our heart space. The joy, the renewal, the soft eyes of the heart. And as the hummingbird teaches us that the heart is the rhythm that all other parts entrain to, She's blessing us with courage to love without armor and to see others as brothers and sisters. And she blesses us with sweetness so that our love does not collapse under pressure. Guys, let's pass our hands over the flame once more and connect to our yachai, our third eye, inner vision, allowing us to see clearly, to speak the truth with kindness. And let's allow the hummingbird's blessings to pour in here as well. The clarity of vision, imagination, and the seer's sight. And as the hummingbird is teaching us to see beneath appearances, to sense the deeper truth. And she blesses us with the power of the image and ritual so that our words carry weight. She's also opening our pineal lens, the inner eye, so that we can perceive the unseen. Thank you, guys. So together, these three centers, as we know, Lankai, Munai, and Yachai, they kind of form this one flame, one energetic axis. So body, heart, and vision in alignment. So we can say this is kind of like our inner temple. And we can say also that this represents the beauty way as well, the spiritual way. That's what beauty way means for me, to be spiritual, to walk the spiritual way, the path. So we can also, just to reflect after the session, we can ask ourselves here, what kind of, or which of these three fires, Lankai, Muna, Yachai, is in most need of nectar tonight? And then we can call upon these energies exactly to that center, which we feel that needs more nectar and sweetness. So guys, at this finishing part of the session, we're going to mention a little bit about the dark feminine and a little bit more about the homoluminous and how they work together. So walking this, so to say, the beauty way, to walk the beauty way, is to walk as the enlightened human, as the new human, the homoluminous. And this is this new human, aligned with the body, the heart, and the vision. And this is our Lankai, Munai, Yachai. So there's also this balance between the masculine and the feminine, between the shadow and the light, and also this inner reconciliation into wholeness, which means holiness. We are all divine. We are all divine beings. So this awakening wouldn't be possible if we don't start at the beginning. And at the root of this awakening, well, there is the dark feminine divine, guys. So she's definitely for life, as she is the life's womb. She's definitely for joy. She's reminding us that we should stop pretending, that we should start living. Well, Kolibri Medicine blesses us here extra. It shows us actually how to face the shadow without fear, reminding ourselves of this inner nectar that we carry. It also reminds us how to walk through endings without despair, but with sweetness. And also reminding us how to endure the storm with joy as stamina. So guys, tonight these blessings, they're not just spoken here in this meeting. They're installed into our field, into us, into our Lankai, Munai, and Yacha. Also in our circle. So we can also ask ourselves a question to reflect upon after. What shadow in ourselves are we ready to meet with nectar instead of fear? So guys, let's take a little descent. I want to take you for a short guided meditation, and we're going to have a descent into the womb of Pachamama. So I invite you to close your eyes and let's take a few deep breaths together. Try to make these inhalations very deep and also exhale fully. Allow yourself to even to say a sound if you would like while you breathe. I invite you to see a cave in front of you. It's like the entrance to the womb of Pachamama. And now let's enter all together now as a circle, all five of us. Let's enter together into the womb of Pachamama. And we can see that some shadows are appearing. Fear, grief, exhaustion, betrayal. Let's not fight. Let's just allow them to be. What we cannot love in shadow, we repeat in light. Now, as we descend further into the womb, in the center of the cave, there's this flame rising. And from the flame, a hummingbird arises. She touches you, she touches us with nectar on our brow, on our heart, and on our belly. And she reminds us that we are the embodiment of Homo Luminous. And we are the bearers of nectar. And now imagine the womb of Pachamama glowing golden now. And we your eyes all together. Luminous, radiant, whole. And above us, the field of infinite possibilities open. And as we reach into that field, we weave health, love, abundance, joy, and service. And with hands on our heart, let's honor both the shadow and light. Let's honor death and life. As we walk together out of the womb of Pachamama as Homo Luminous, we walk together the beauty way. So before we close our ceremony, guys, let's thank the archetypes of the serpent, jaguar, hummingbird, condor. Let's remind ourselves of our harmonic, energetic being through these three centers that we infused with the hummingbird medicine, the Lankai, the Munai, and the Yachai. Let's send our deepest gratitude to Mother Earth, to her womb and the soil, to Father Sun as well, and to the dark feminine divine, the one who breaks illusion with mercy. And also to the lineage of the fire shamans of the Kero nation, keepers of the fire. So guys, may this circle be strong and be kind. And may this nectar that we carry bless all other beings. And may this notion of the beauty way live through us. To the Kolibris, blessings, they remain in us now. Beginner's mind, transparency, integrity, joy, courage, clarity, and the nectar of the soul. Thank you, guys. Hereby the ceremony is over. Bless you for being here together with me today. You can open your mics now. The session is finished.